Hi guys, my name's Mark E.G. I've been given the privilege of beta testing the Allen Heath DB2. It's a phenomenal new mixer and it will be coming out in the clubs very shortly. I got to test it last night in a club. It was absolutely spectacular. It was the talk of the town in the club and I'm going to show you why today. Okay, so talking you through the features, of course we've got 4 channels and we've got a crossfader, and we've also got something quite revolutionary which is called an input matrix. So of course then we have something Allen Heath are very famous for, which is their filter. Beautiful sounding filters, and not only do you get them on the effects section, which is here, but you can also convert the EQ, which are these knobs here, bass, mid, treble, but you can convert them into filters. So it's really great, you get a lot of control as far as filtering goes. There is the effects section, you've got them all grouped into categories, which is delay, reverb, resonators, modulators, and DMG, which stands for damage. Nice little effects like distortion, overdrive, things that really sound good in a club. So that is the basics of the mixer. There's plenty of features here, so let's go a little bit deeper. The effects and the quality on the DB2 are just out of this world. Real studio quality stuff. We've got delays, and the delay is just delaying the signal. So if you've got a track playing and you've got this on half a delay, and let's say the kick drum's playing do, 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 then you just turn that up halfway and it goes do, 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 do. So it's just a really simple way of adding some nice kind of choppy effect to the signal. And there is my favourite delay, I think really is the sweep, delay sweep. So that's my top tip for the delay. Echo Fat Q and the Echo Thin Q, fantastic names of course, but basically what that means is you are actually isolating part of the EQ spectrum. You're able to sweep that, or sweep your echoes, isolating that part or a defined part of the EQ spectrum, which is the Q is the slope that you're actually using. If it's a fat Q, the EQ sweep is like this. If it's a thin Q, the EQ sweep is like that. Then you've got the Echo Pong and the Echo Scat. Definitely my 2 favourite echoes in here. And the Pong, in layman's terms, is an echo that goes from left to right, and sounds brilliant in the club, really, really good, and is really noticeable. There is the brand new roller function, which is basically a looper, and that enables you to effectively sample one of the tracks that you're playing and loop it round for a certain number of bars. It's very simple to use, and it's very exciting to use as well. It just adds a whole new dimension. It effectively gives you another deck really to play with. I've got, for production, I use a lot of the UAD plugins, and first of all in the reverbs I saw here the EMT250, which is my favourite plate reverb, and the sound that I get from the UAD plugin is very, very similar to the sound that you're actually getting on the DB2, which is phenomenal for a unit of this price. There's all sorts of really great reverbs. There's a Hall reverb here as well, which is given the title Hall 480, and it's a really beautiful, lush reverb. And obviously if you put the Decay Time, the way I like to use it actually when I'm DJing on this, is the Decay Time really far up. And I actually use this in quite I would have thought an unconventional way, but you can use it whichever way you want to use it. I use the switches here as sends, so basically just make sure that the dry and wet is halfway. The expression, which is increasing the decay time all the way up, and then basically every time I want to, if that track is playing, every time I want to add obviously some reverb onto that, I just do a very quick switch maybe at the end of a bar, and you get this beautiful, really great reverb coming onto the sound. Let's keep moving through these. We've got the Resonators, and the Resonator, gosh, when I first realised what the power of what this could do, I was blown away. Basically, we've got, I would say, 4 really revolutionary ways of adding to your sound in the club, and basically just almost producing your own track on the fly. What it's doing is it's adding a kind of a noise effect to your signal. So you've got let's look at the power cue. The power cue, if you can imagine, the track is playing and you've got a noise going like that. You can put that sound on top of the track that's playing, and you can also, if you can filter that sound, so you can make it go. It's something that gets people putting their hands in the air. That's what that does, and is a majorly groundbreaking thing to have in a mixer. Right, modulators, flange, of course. You've got all sorts of types of flange, hard flange, soft flange, and I hope most of you know what a flange effect is. It's like, so yeah, every DJ under the sun has probably used that effect at some point, but this has got so much control. You can increase the LFO depth massively. It goes really deep as well. You can turn the expression all the way up, and the time on 64, it just sounds phenomenal in a break. And of course you can increase the dry wet, which means that you can have it really noticeable in the mix, or you can have it kind of bubbling away underneath in a break. That is, it is a super effect. It wouldn't be the DB2 if it didn't have something extremely amazing on it, which out of all of these effects, the phase D12, it's got just such a different kind of sound to it, and of course it's something similar to the flange, but you'll have to obviously test that out yourself. The next section is the damage section, and that is actually my personal favourite section, because distortion, overdrive, nastiness, that is, if used well, and believe me, there's a fine line with using distortion well and not using it well, but if that is used well, it can add such a character to the way you mix. Pop it on and then turn the bass down of the track, and then stick the distortion on, and then put the bass back up. So the track's playing, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and it really is a powerful effect. And if you've got 2 tracks playing, and you can do that, and you can mix the tracks as well as doing that effect, it is again mind-blowing. Really something you've got to get into. Bit bash as well, bit crusher. Whoa, that's insane! You want to check that out. So my conclusion of the Xone DB2, well really it's a product for both DJs and music producers. If you're a DJ, it's going to unleash your creativity to places that you never thought were possible. It's going to blow your head off. As a producer, as a music producer, you're going to be highly critical of what's going on with the effects here, and let me assure you that they are of studio quality, and they are like nothing else out there on the market at the moment. I've had a fantastic time learning this mixer, and there's so much more that I feel I can do with this mixer, and of course I've been producing music for 15 years, so get out there, make sure you check this baby out. It's the Xone DB2 from Allen Heath. Go and get it.